recording.
And Mike and Tom, they got the mic. Spinning tales of space and flight. Dragons breathing fire in the night. Comic panels bursting bright. The first, the last, the Nerdom. Where the weirdos all belong. The first, the last, the Nerdom. Shouting loud and singing strong. Slasher flicks and laser beams. Alien queens and mutant dreams. They're the kings of geek extremes. Venom's crowd bursting at the seams. Fantasy freaks. Sci-fi geeks. Horror heads. We're the beats. The first.
Welcome back to the First, the Last, the Nerdom, where we are the first, the last, and everything in between in the nerd world. This week, we're diving into our special series we like to call Binge-worthy, where we pick a TV show, watch the first few episodes, and decide if it's worth the full marathon or are we tapping out early. For this round, we're heading straight into the bizarre and the brilliantly with the Garth Marenghi Darkplace, the cult British comedy that mixes horror, soap opera, melodrama, and deliberate bad acting into something so wrong. It's right. It's cheesy, it's campy, it's over the top, and maybe it's secretly genius. So grab your trench coat, light up that synth heavy soundtrack, and prepare for exploding eyeballs, psychic doctors, and dialogue so wooden it could build a dark place hospital itself. Let's find out, is Garth Marenghi Dark Place binge worthy?
Oh,
And also, we're if you're into this show, I've got something that you may really be into.
outstanding. Well, let me get start earning the pennies, nickels, and dimes here that we don't make. Do the
Yes,
plug-in.
we actually have a channel, don't we?
Yeah. So you will always be able to find me and Tom. Of course, this is coming out on Wednesday. This is a lovely binge. Wasn't sure about this series, but it has its own legs, and boy, is it running!
Mhm.
Just like you should
Yeah, and
run.
it has British legs,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's why you should
Yeah.
run, not walk, to our channel, which is home base. You'll always find us here. As we release this, we did just do a cover. I gotta actually click on the actual thing. We did cover Dark Crystal with back to back, heavy into our
Mhm.
fantasy series, the Fantasy Month series, where we did Legends, and then we did Dark Crystal as well, just recently with special guest D. So go check out what she thought of that. Really cool, awesome conversation here. But also, Tom, where can if we tiptoe over here to Reddit, what's going on with Reddit?
Yes, FirstLastNerdom. I find the different subreddits that will have me, and I talk up our stuff. So yeah, I found one for Toast of London, which I think helped us out on our views. We did quite well with this one, which we love the Matt Berry here.
Yes,
So
we are. I love Matt Berry. Yeah, I mean, this just kind of when we started this thing. It's also funny, which we'll get into the timeline here too, because we're kind of we picked some really you picked some really early ones. I picked one here there. So we both have a very deep love for British humor between us, and we're exploring that in these things here. And I just love Matt Berry. But continue on, my friend.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I pick out different subreddits, and I'm also on X under FirstLastNerdom. So if you are curious as to our latest upload, I'll post it there, and then you also have some socials as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I also am on X at ApeIt_Ink, where you can me and Tom will occasionally bat back and forth a idea or something. I found out that he loved weapons, which you can still see, I think, out in the theaters now. So go see it, because I need to go catch a matinee here soon, hopefully. I'm also co-host on The Late Show on America's Talk Show, where you'll find us talk about with all the other two-way legends and crew. Also, a Sunday news show that I do as a co-host with Professor Kenny and Aaron. He's been our special August guest host, which we are very, very happy to have him. We also have you can also see Andre and Raleigh and all the usuals. But with that being said, I'm also on ApeIt.Ink. But anyway, enough about me and the channel and the show. Here we are again, where we find Matt Berry and we find this wacky cast of characters who pulls off this deconstructed horror thing. What the one comment that it kept coming back to me over and over again, Tom, and you said it before, and I'll quote you, is the fact that you have there's a thin line between comedy and horror, depending upon how it's presented and what's presented before it. So how
it's all in the timing.
yes, and of course the seriousness and sternness of the acting, that goes into this, which was beautiful. What's the background on this? Yeah, so this one came out in 2004, right? Excuse me.
Yeah, it's like if someone crawled into my head and tried to write a comedy series just based on all my likes and dislikes, this is what they would have pulled out of my head. So it's obviously it's something that's I'm going to love with all my heart, with all of its bad and good stuff edited together. I mean, you have the best British actors. You have Matthew Holness as Garth Marenghi, which is sort of like the British version of Stephen King if he had no talent. And it's basically a TV show, a forgotten TV show set during the 80s, that he's bringing back based on his Garth Marenghi series of books, set in the hospital with sort of like supernatural vibes to it. And it's just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you have Marenghi's character, played by Matthew Holness, here, and of course Richard.
Yeah, and I haven't seen him in a lot of things, but he's so good in
Yeah,
this. And Richard Ayoade,
yeah.
he's
He was on
man,
one
he's
of your favorites.
the IT
Yep,
crowd.
yep.
Yeah, this guy is a treasure. He's a genius as far as comedy is concerned, and he's also a brilliant director as well.
Right.
I want to bring one of his movies to the table uh for us to look at. It's called Submarine. It's one of the best coming of age movies I have ever seen. Maybe we could do a coming of age month where we kind of look at those type of movies. But yeah, that it would work perfectly. But yeah, not to obscure the series that we're talking about, but yeah,
Right.
Submarine is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Awesome. High, very high praise. Yeah, I was gonna say, so it's funny. Okay, so kind of flashing back to Toast of London. Matt Berry's the character there. He plays an actor, and it's kind of this satirical take on the acting, and also kind of like an alternate kind of world. But for that series, but for this, they make fun of this horror, of the whole thing. Like it's
Yeah, that's it's kind of an interesting juxtaposition because yeah, Toast of London is about an actor who's kind of like full of himself,
right,
and he's sort of like in his own world, whereas this series is basically in the head of this writer that thinks he's much better than he actually is. And yeah, and the badness kind of leaks through the series. And
Yeah, this only was on for um 6 episodes, right? That's
yeah,
and
six
then
episodes. Yeah,
right,
yeah. I was kind of wondering if we could do this as binge worthy because there's only six
right,
episodes, but
right.
such a good series that why not? You know,
Well,
why not cover it?
when you have a hospital that is over the gates of hell, you have
Why wouldn't you have a hospital over the gates of hell?
right, right, yeah, in East London's to be precise,
Hmm.
whatever, Romford, whatever it is, but
Hmm.
but anyway, the there's just the way that it apes real life is hilarious. Like just the
Hmm.
absurdity of like these characters who like they don't really break the fourth wall per se, but like they're I mean, when you're already kind of talking about psychic uh, psychic visions, you know, you know,
You really have to be in a certain mindset to get this show,
right,
and it's so niche that it kind of goes beyond niche. You know, like I said, it's sort of like crawling into my head and pulling this sort of out whole is is just crazy. So yeah, I absolutely love the show. Which I think maybe just someone walking off the street and watching it might not get it.
no.
But
You,
it's tickling all the things that I love.
well,
You
it
know,
it I think it's safe to say that you and I are both fans of absurdist, Adult Swim esque kind of Rick and Morty type things. These are kind of things. These are like the heavy hitters. Like in
mhm,
this, I'm so I my history with this is none, obviously. But what I
mhm.
just before we go too much forward with it, but I don't think we covered it. But what is your history with this one as it relates to Matt Berry, and where'd you find this treasure? What was going on? Please
Yeah,
elucidate.
I originally saw it back in the 2000s. I believe it was on Adult Swim. I watched it and fell in love with the show. Couldn't get enough of it, and I ended up getting the DVD here of the whole series, which I definitely recommend if you're into physical media. This has the commentary track done by Garth Marenghi and the actors Matt Berry playing himself as Lucian Sanchez. But yeah, so it's like the characters that they play on the show, they're doing the commentary for the episodes.
Right.
So it's almost like having another episode on top of it. So yeah, it's definitely worth getting just for the comedic genius that they are. But yeah,
Yeah. Let me get
definitely worth checking out.
camera work here, doing the thing. Yeah. I was gonna say. So yeah. So this was a short run, six episodes. I mean, and when we talked, we kind of took an impromptu a week off there for a little bit because I just had to
Hmm.
get caught up with a lot of stuff. But in any case, the fun part was the how quick this went, and to be honest with you, I had went ahead. I have done extra homework for some of these shows, which just naturally leads you to want to watch more anyway, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But this one was just so easy. Oh, got to crack up the open the boomer. Just
Yeah,
what's that one with the
yeah.
audience there? The Sprite.
It's 7 Up Tropic Blast,
Right
I
on.
think it's called.
I need to get a can. I need to get a got that on the radar when I go to the grocery store tomorrow for the week. Didn't get a chance to touch
Zero
it.
calorie.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Damn it! Sorry.
But yeah, this is one of those shows that yeah, it's best experienced uh, kind of unaware,
Right.
like late at night. Like you when you catch a show on Adult Swim, it's late at night,
Right.
you're kind of half asleep, you're like, what the hell am I watching? This is sort of like a show where you don't have to watch the first episode. Maybe it's best maybe to watch even the last episode first.
Sure.
Just to get kind of an idea of what's going on. You kind of you immediately kind of know the DNA of this show just by watching it. You get the sense of this overblown British writer guy that's like so into his head that he thinks this show is like the best thing ever, and you're kind of underwhelmed by the acting, but then you're overwhelmed by it as well. I mean, um there's just what's not to love about this show?
Right. Right.
The cheap special effects, the crazy storylines.
Well,
There's
this is
there's
like these people kind of play these deliberate incompetence as an art form.
mhm,
Like, which is a fancy way of saying it stylistically sucks, like that
mhm.
that aping that thing. Just it reminded me in no small part to, I couldn't help but think about What We Do in the Shadows, which I was just talking to you a little bit about this before. But yeah,
Mhm.
like this, it has that kind of thing, like where you first episode, for Christ's sake, you're dealing with a zombie, and it's like, okay, what? uh,
Yeah, no, Matt Berry, yeah, he's normally sort of like this larger than life character, which in this one he's kind of taking the back seat because Matthew Holness is sort of like the
primary.
egomaniac of this series. So yeah, he's sort of like playing the second in command kind of main guy. But yeah, he does it beautifully in this show as well. Just shows you that Matt Berry um doesn't have to take the spotlight and everything. He could take the back seat and still be amazing.
Right, right. Yeah, well, that's he's a perfect, all around assist guy or primary guy, and he
Mhm,
does it in such a
mhm,
unique way too. Like that just compelling. Keeps bringing you back. But what I mean,
mhm,
what do you have a favorite episode? I don't know if you want to get to that segment yet, but
mhm.
just out of sheer curiosity, do you have like a couple favorites? Like, do you like to watch them out of order like that? You kind of mentioned that before, like when you go back to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's sort of like I mean, they play sort of like with the line with with the sort of like HP Lovecraft type stories. The 6 episodes called "The Creeping Moss from the Shores of Sagoth," which is basically a HP Lovecraft story. With a extraterrestrial broccoli infection. I tend to like that one a bit, and the Apes of
Wrath,
Wrath
yeah.
is also a really good
Yeah,
one as well.
yeah. I was gonna say that or Scotch Mist, but I
Mhm.
really liked Apes of
Yeah.
Wrath more.
Hmm.
I'm sure that'll change too, like as I get to rewatch this here in a little bit. But
Hmm.
I mean, you have them like them turning into to smart apes. It's yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say like
Yeah, like I said, it's like someone crawled into my head and just pulled out the craziest stuff and put it on the screen. This is what this show is. It's like it like it shouldn't have been made, but I'm absolutely ecstatic that it was, and that we've got these 6 episodes of it. I don't know if they could have continued with this. I'm sure it would have fallen apart if they if they continued with this, but it's so perfect in its brevity. It gets to the point, and it says what it says, and so beautifully.
Right. I'm just trying to find a oh
Yeah.
just to kind of see. I'm just gonna play a little bit of it in the
Hmm.
background here.
Yeah.
Just to see the even the film grain that the to
Hmm.
give that effect poorly
Yeah, yeah,
on
I love the
purpose. It adds to the
uh,
authenticity of like what you're watching.
yeah, it's like a a show that has been lost to time. So it's got that vintage quality to it, and Garth Marenghi is kind of looking back on the show with this pomp and circumstance that it does not deserve.
Right.
That just adds to a level to it, and said Richard Ayoade is awesome as his editor and as his uh, boss in the show.
Right. Right. Yeah, sorry. I was just getting carried away with the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what um I guess it would be a good pretty I agree with you. I don't think that it was made to be it was just kind of like it came together and it was put out in 2004 or whatever. So where this fits in with some of the
Hmm.
earlier ones that we had when we started the binge worthy series, binge worthy
Hmm.
series,
Hmm.
we have that but it's like
Yeah,
it's
it
like
fits perfectly in that League of Gentlemen genre.
yes.
It's if you could have a League of Gentlemen genre, this show like fits perfectly in that. Um, but yeah, it's sort of like is it horror? Is it comedy? Is it both? Yes.
Well, it's a show that thought it was ER, but looked like Plan 9, but
Right.
on expired film stock.
Hmm.
That's why it looks it has a sheen of older than really what where it is, but you accept that and they did a pretty good job for what it is. Like, of course, this is like you were saying. I believe that this did have a little bit of a renaissance from Adult Swim. I didn't see it
Hmm.
on Adult Swim when it was playing at the time. I think it was early 2010s. But did you catch it when it was aired around that time? I think this is only
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
notes,
I
so
did.
it's not like I know that
Yeah.
personally. But
Yeah, I did see it originally when it was on the on Adult Swim.
yep,
That's when I first
Brit Block,
saw it and loved it. Yeah.
yeah,
If you want a little bit more series, horror series that takes place in a hospital, definitely check out The Kingdom. It's I think it's a Norwegian show. But yeah, it's kind of got like a Stephen King vibe to it. It's Danish.
okay.
Definitely check that out. It's called The Kingdom. It's a limited series. But yeah, it takes place in a hospital. So if you're kind of looking for like a horror show that takes place in a hospital that takes is taken seriously, definitely check that one out. But yeah, this one is definitely a more of a humorous take on horror.
Well, and to go to your commentary about the lead, the gentleman, this also has quite a bit of Mighty Boosh's absurdism too. Like that's why I like Apes of
Hmm.
Wrath. It's just ridiculous.
Hmm. Absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah,
you,
it's
you either throwing staplers. Anyway, it's just like it's just love it.
yeah, and it's sort of like one of those perfect shows to binge watch because like 6 episodes, you're like you're wanting more, but you're satisfied, but you're still wanting more. It's sort of like one of those shows that you can watch in an evening, but then it stays with you forever.
Right, right. Yeah, I love this one. And I'm so happy that find these, to get to experience them for me for the first time. But also now I have this wonderful, fan, personal fan of Matt Berry, like where it makes me love him even more. Like the the absurdity. Again, I love that absurd. Like it just hits really really well, and that's why you kind of see the poor visuals of it, and you're like, okay, wait, where a hospital's where, you know, and then it just kicks off and just gets more ridiculous from that
Mhm.
point. So, um, it's awesome. But
Yeah, it's one of those shows that just kind of ingrains itself into your head, you
right,
know.
right, yeah, mind the Hellmouth. Oh man.
Oh, and just to if you're into Garth Marenghi and you're screaming at the screen and saying, there's more, I am aware of it. There is a book series uh, that Garth Marenghi has been putting out. This is the second book in the series. I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
I
Oh,
am
here, let
getting
me
ready to. I've read the first one, but yeah. So if you want to see what's this guy actually wrote, I don't know if the actor, I know the actor is sort of like the creator of the series,
Okay.
so I don't know if he's actually writing the book, but it's written as Garth Marenghi. So this is his new book series. Like I said, I haven't read the second book yet. I've read the first. It was crazy. I loved it. It's a good mix of horror and comedy. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I know the third book is on its way. So yeah, definitely definitely check that out if you're a big fan of the show.
Absolutely. Let me bring it back into sharing here. Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's just flipping around.
I love Matt Berry's sort of like earring.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's like one of the smallest things, but it
Hmm.
sticks out. Yeah, kind of like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yeah,
like
he's got that perfect Don Johnson sort of
kind of,
80s sort of vibe
yeah,
to
kind of
him.
like self-assured
Hmm.
asshole,
Hmm.
kind of vibe, like which he does very, very well.
Hmm.
Which is,
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
yeah, Matt Berry is a national treasure
Hmm.
for Britain.
Absolutely, yeah. That's funny, but yeah, I think we're probably coming up to the caboose here. But this is a strong recommend. And
Hmm.
um, yeah, Apes of Wrath I think was my favorite. But I now see now I want to go back and rewatch the Creeping Massa, like, which is just ridiculous in and of itself. So
Mhm, absolutely. Let's see. Let me there's this other show that let's see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, but yeah. There's not anything we can say that would cover the acting chops of Matt Berry. He's like I said, he's one of my he is my favorite comedian. Anything that he's in
hmm
is worth checking out.
absolutely,
Yeah, as soon as I find out he's in it, especially if he's a writer of it, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm all in, you know.
right.
He's yeah, I've never been disappointed by anything that he's done.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just gonna say, it survived poor review, or poor initial ratings, I guess, and it made it all the way over here, to the Atlantic. I was
Mhm.
also going to say, that book, but there's also one called Terror Tome in 2022, I believe as well, to add on to the. I'm sure you're already there, but we'll
Oh,
make sure we put the.
let me
Oh, go ahead.
give you a link if you want to go ahead and pull that up real
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely.
This is a movie as opposed to a series, so we won't probably cover it here the series, but this I think it's even on YouTube.
Okay.
But it's basically a retelling of the biblical story with it's directed by Richard Ayoade and written by him and Matt Berry.
Okay.
It's sacrilegious in all the funny ways. um but yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if you're a fan of Matt Berry as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that, I believe we're coming up on the caboose here. And I'll also make
Mhm.
sure to have in the show notes too those two links to more than likely Amazon for those two books that
Mhm.
Tom had mentioned. But yeah, this is just, again, the answer is yes, this is binge worthy. It's, and beyond that, I mean, it's six and it's done. And then you're like, oh, man. So hopefully,
Yeah, like I said, if you're into it, there's definitely the book series as well.
absolutely.
I love the covers as well. You know, you got
That's awesome.
Garth Marenghi there.
That's awesome. Yeah. But I've been Mike.
I'm Tom. Keeping it real.
Liz, hide your shame.